Good morning everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome in for another video of myself, Darren, and this is the day in the life of a class 1 driver and just giving you a little bit of an insight on the things we do on a day-to-day basis. If you are new to driving and you got any questions about driving, let me know down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them, and if needed I'll try and do like a little bit of a video segment about it as well. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the content when I'm uploading every Monday to Friday, 7 PM. Trailer checks are all done, everything's all safe, everything's all secured. Now let's hit the road. 161 miles for today, and with a 3-hour drive from Warrington down to Bedford. We're booked in for 11 o'clock. So in theory, we've got plenty of time, but you know what Birmingham's like, it could cause a couple of delays for us. But before going anywhere, we need to get some fuel. First stop, limb services, get the wee beef spelled. I've got to be honest with you, the spring on this pump killed your hand off after a while. Damn, that's a lot of fuel. Now we've got fuel ready for the road, let's leave limb services, and I've still got 151 miles and 2.5 hours just over. Nice long drive for today, which I love, if I'm being honest with you. Typical Birmingham, what can I say? So we're just going up towards Walsall and we've gone past Hilton services southbound on the M6. I can't remember what junction this is. Is it junction E10? Yeah, junction 10 it is. We're coming up to. 8 miles to go and still got another hour and a half. It's currently 20 to 9. Traffic was doing really well, to be fair. Didn't stop once all the way down just until I come to Hilton services, and then it's just been stop start. So yeah, I've got 50 minutes now of me little bit of a leeway until I arrive there before 11 o'clock with our booking time. Hopefully we don't arrive late, because that won't be good, because the client where we're going to, they can be quite turn you away basically if you turn up late. So we have to make sure we get there on time, and also if you turn up early, like 15-20 minutes early, they won't let you in until the booking time at 11 o'clock. Bit of a pain really, but I can see why they do it. But yeah, this is one of the downside of driving sometimes, driving past Birmingham. That's the biggest downside. M6, Birmingham, stuck in traffic on a daily basis. I don't really know what's worse, going down south at this time of the day or coming up north between 3 and 5. It's just bedlam. I'm sure people should be in work by now. We're being 8:45, but yeah, the roads are busier than ever. Been trying to rain a little bit. It's not been too bad, just a little bit of speckles coming down every so often, which is good. The wind isn't too bad, but that's another bit of a pain when you're driving. We try and do the curtains and it's high gust winds coming through. Always makes it that little bit more fun, doesn't it? And to be honest with you, I don't think there's been any accidents, because nothing's come on Radio 2, because they normally do have all the traffic updates for me. So I listen to Radio 2 in the morning and the same for the evening as well. But yeah, no reports of traffic accidents. I think it's just a case of congestion getting built up around this area. When we normally get into Birmingham itself, it does normally free up a little bit, and then when you're coming up towards the NEC Stadium junction, it gets heavy there as well, so I could have a little bit of a delay on that section of the motorway also. Right, it's gone up to 60, which is good. Fingers crossed it opens up a little bit and free flows right past the rest of Birmingham. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be much traffic up ahead now. It seems everybody's just disappeared. A little bit odd. Uh-oh, think somebody's been naughty. Quick little stop at the services by Coventry on the M6. I'm not too sure what it's actually called, these ones, but I do hate coming in these services 9 out of 10 because the parking is a bit of a pain in the backside, especially if you've got to park up on the right hand side here. Now, as you can see, you don't have a lot of space to try and get in sometimes. It's not the biggest one. Inside though, the services themselves are really nice. Real nice and clean toilet facilities. They've got good shops and whatnot there as well. Yeah, so overall service is good. Parking for HGV, it's not too great. And you probably recognise some of this car park as well if you've been there yourself. Just needed a little bit of a caffeine top up. I'm not too sure why the police said pulls the excavator, is it? It's like a big belt, big conveyor belt thing that they use on scrap yards or building sites to filter the stones and different types of materials. I don't really know what to call it, to be honest with you. Anyway, off we go back down on the M6. We're going to jump onto the M1 in about 15 miles or so. Still got 65 miles before we're at the destination. Due to get there for 10:30. So we're going to be 30 minutes early. I've word with security guard, see if we can sweet talk him to let me in a half hour early. If not, waiting outside until 11 o'clock. Just need to try and get across. So slow down a little bit. And see if you guys let me across as well. Perfect, cheers mate. So just arrived now at B&M and it's huge, absolutely huge. I've got to say though, I absolutely love that lion symbol for the MAN trucks. It's great in it on the bunks, nice little touch. I think I need some little lights up at the top, LED or something, make it pop a little bit more. So I arrived here originally at 22:11, give or take. Traffic built up a little bit again past the NEC of Birmingham, a little bit on the M1. Wasn't anything too heavy, so I managed to get here for a good time. Got in perfectly fine. However, I'm waiting for the paperwork to be sent over from our client to our office, so our office can then send it to B&M's transport office so we can get tipped. At the moment it's a little bit up in the air whether I'm going to be getting tipped or not, so the waiting game is just started now, hasn't it? We're just waiting around, unfortunately. Like I said, I've got my Steam Deck as well to keep me company so I can just play some games. I think the camera's just moving a little bit on its own, so let's straighten it up a little bit. I was about to say, a couple of my viewers have asked questions as well regarding finding work either for the first time or my own experiences finding work from when I left my previous company to where I am now. I'll be honest with you, I got quite lucky with starting here, and that's down to a couple of things. So what I did is when I found out the news about my previous company, what was going to be happening, I started putting feelers out there. So on the Wednesday before I left, started applying for loads of jobs on Indeed. On Thursday, I got a phone call off an agency what deal with like temp to perm roles. So that's always a good way to do your first jobs as well, if your first time pass, is go to agencies, apply for them on Indeed. And a lot of them are temp to perm roles, so you'll find a lot of job vacancies that way. That really does help as well. So I applied for that, got the job set up. I was just about to start on the Tuesday, and then on the Monday they've told me I can't start because of the 2-year experience. Yeah, I've only been driving about 20 months, so I was a couple of months short of that, so I couldn't start with that company, unfortunately. Really good company as well. I had set up a down line doing work for Aldi, doing store deliveries. However, everything happens for a reason. So what I did on my experiences, I printed off my CV and applied for different jobs in the area by old school, turn up on the doorstep, knocking on the transport office, handing them a CV and then asking if there's any jobs that were available, and if there is, can you give me a heads up if anything comes available. Good thing about doing it that way is you get to see the place that you're applying for, and also you get to speak to some of the staff members what are there. So then when you're speaking to, for an example, transport manager, they'll be asking you what type of things you've done. You can have a little bit of a mini interview with the people. You get to know them a little bit before you go in on the day for an official interview. Looking with SSO, when I put my CV in, I've known, there's 4 colleagues that used to work with me at H&M, all the work at SSO. So it can't be a bad thing, can it? It's always good when you know people that are there as well. So a couple of them, thanks Andy, have put me through for a bit of recommendation, mentioned me there when I was there, said I'm a good worker, etc. They know me from previous work, so that's gone in my favour as well. And then I got a call back later in the afternoon when I dropped my CV off, saying, can you come in for an interview the next day? I went for my interview, everything went well in the interview, came across really well speaking to Ian, and then I got offered the job that day, and then come in on the Friday to do the first day of assessment. So I got really lucky with that one. But I would recommend people, especially if you're new or old drivers, print out your CV, go around your local area, it's not too far away from you, because you know you're going to be driving to and from that place at a comfortable rate as well. So if you don't want to be driving an hour or 2 every day for work, because after 6 months you get fed up with it and it's going to be cost effective, it's not going to be there as well. So go to places, your local area, hand your CV in, and then get to know a little bit about the business that you're applying for, as well as the people who are working there. And you know, sometimes it works out. I forgot to mention as well, by me actually going around and applying my CV to people, I had a conversation with one of the transport managers at a different place, and 2 days after starting SSO, they rang me up saying, can you start? So I was straight away at the top of their mind. Instead of them going through Indeed, all you see on Indeed when people are applying for jobs is your name and just text, black and white text. That is it. A lot of people, when they're reading CVs, they just proofread it. They don't read it properly, so they don't get to know you as a character, as a person, as an employee. Where if you hand your CV into people, you're at the top of their mind because you've had a good conversation with them already. Hope that makes sense, and I hope that helped you as well. And also good luck for everybody as well, what is out there, what's starting a job as a HGV driver. Good luck with it all. Hope it all goes well. Hope you pass your test, and I hope you find a job which you enjoy. Also as well, let me know down in the comments, what was your personal experiences when you're trying to find work? If you've got any advice for new drivers or drivers in general what are looking for work, let me know down in the comments as well. Reversing on now, we're just aiming for that yellow line. Wait for the rear wheel to meet it, and then start to turn. And following that yellow line right down. Just needs to be about a foot or so next to it. Not right on it. There we go, straight on the bay. It gets easier as you do it. It's always a bit daunting the first few times you start reversing on bays. 1:30 and finally unloaded now. So 2.5 hours have been here in total. To be fair, it's not completely B&M's fault on that. Like, we had to wait for a bit of paperwork first to get sorted out, and then I could get unloaded. But yeah, tipping time wasn't too bad. Probably took about a half hour or so.
Destination at 4:14 p.m.
That's not including the 30-minute break I still need to get, and also instead of going through the M6 Birmingham, I'm going M1 straight up to the A50 and cutting across Derby, going through Stoke. I'm just avoiding Birmingham because yesterday was a bloody nightmare. On another note though, how nice is this? I feel like I'm abroad or something. I'm getting like a bit of suntan, sunburn. I better get that aircon blasting. 27.5 degrees. Wow, no wonder I'm burning up. Genuinely though, I feel like I'm abroad.
3, 4.
Unfortunately, junction 20 on the M1 northbound, there's an accident and motorway was closed, so I've had to divert to the M6 up to Birmingham, and lo and behold, Birmingham traffic again. Stop start, another accident I think, a bit further up, don't know whereabouts it is, but it's pretty much been like this for about a mile or so back. It's constantly stop starting. Hey, hope everyone is alright. Anyway, it's not a serious accident, but could take a while to get past Birmingham again. This is why I always normally divert past Birmingham and go to the M1. The M1 wasn't on our side today. Not playing ball. Give me Scotland any day of the week. Such a nice drive going up north. You get past Preston, Blackpool area, literally no traffic all the way up to like Inverness. There's always never any accidents or anything. And then when you're coming back down the M6, as soon as you get down towards Wigan, Warrington area, it's pretty much like this, isn't it? Then you got Stoke, Knutsford, Congleton, Birmingham. Always awful. Whatever time of the day it is, whatever day of the week. Same with the M5 as well. When you're coming up towards Birmingham on the M5, you get stuck in there as well, don't you, a lot of times. Time is now 4:10. Going to sat-nav, which is not live traffic unfortunately. Due to get back to the yard for 10 to 6. So we've still got a little bit of a drive ahead of us as well. 77 miles in total. And I've got 2.5 hours driving time before I need to take a break so I can extend my driving for a further hour. So I should get back hopefully within 2.5 hours anyhow. So we're okay for driving time. Hey. Oh, little man last night, bloody hell, came into our bed about bloody 12 o'clock. Christ, the kid starts breakdancing, starts kicking me in the head like Jackie Chan. Oh, it wakes me up in the middle of the night, throat punch. Little bugger. Just got back to the yard now for 6 o'clock, so it's not a too bad time to finish. Good 12-hour shift. Got my route through for tomorrow, possible night out. I'm looking at going Bristol, well, south of Bristol for my first drop, and then my second one is in a place called Draycott, and that is northeast of Bristol area, south of Birmingham. So that's my second drop, and then I don't know where I'm going to be staying out tonight, whether it be at home or night out possibly. So you have to stay tuned to see what happens on our little adventure tomorrow. Just in case you're wondering as well, my start time for tomorrow is 4:30 AM. It's 6:30 now, so that's a 10-hour reduced period for us. And yeah, up at 3 o'clock, 3:30 to get here for 4:30. yeah, it could be great. So I'm going to leave the video there. So thank you very much for all the support. Thank you for all the kind comments, and thank you for watching most of all. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment as always. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.